Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and in today's video, we're going to do a quick unboxing and first impressions of the Yealink WH62 dual headset. But first, before we get into this unboxing, remember, you're watching the #1 channel on YouTube on all things business phone system and business internet education and just tips, tricks, and advice to help you choose the best services for your business and even save a little bit of money along the way. So hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of our new content, so that you're notified when we upload new videos. First and foremost, big thank you to the good old boys and girls over at Headset Advisor and at Yealink for coordinating, sending us this over for free for unboxing and review. For those of you who are interested in seeing the actual pricing and the technical specifications and details on this device, I'll actually have the links in the description below the video. Looks like it's just got one little piece here. All right, we're in. Okay, so it looks like we've got a little quick start guide here. WH62 mono and WH62 dual decked wireless headset. Now I haven't seen this before. As you guys saw, it was taped up, so I don't know. It said it was dual in the box, so I'm hoping and praying that it's dual because I'm actually debating using this device. But yeah, this looks like it's basically a quick start guide here. Package contents. Looks like the package contents is a base, a mono dual headset, a power adapter. It looks like there's a USB-A 2.0 cable in there and a micro USB to USB-A and a micro USB to USB-A as well, but it looks like they're different links. Quick start guide, which we're reading, and it looks like there is a busy light. It says that's optional. I've actually unboxed a few of these before, and I've never seen that before, so that's kind of interesting. It's got a little bit more stuff here on how to connect action and function buttons and whatnot for connecting to your PC, connecting to a phone, like an actual desk phone, and connecting to actual Microsoft Teams. That actually reminds me, there were some things on the box that I thought we should back up a little bit for you guys to see. First of all, if you look here, it looks like you can actually connect this to an actual desk phone and to a laptop. So I really am thinking about using this. For those of you who may or may not remember, I actually did a review on the bigger brother to this device, which was the WH66. There is the WH66 sitting over there by my Rubik's Cube. And that is more like almost like a full-fledged console that connects to a cell phone. I wanted to use it for my everyday uses, but I actually decided not to after doing a review on it because we don't really use our cell phones like that for work. Okay, so going back inside of the box here, we've got a little advertisement of sorts that is talking about how this is used to create an all-in-one device scenario, which basically allows you to, if you wanted to, use one of these devices to connect to your cell phone, to connect to your laptop, desktop app on your laptop or mobile app on your cell phone, and also use it for virtual meetings, and if you wanted to, connect it to an actual IP phone. Let's get into the actual meat of this and see what we got. So here is the actual headset. This is actually exactly what I remember from the WH66. It's just a different type of base on this particular device. Let me zoom in a little so you guys can see that a little better. It looks like not only does it have a way for you to answer the phone, but it also has a way for you to answer the phone for Microsoft Teams or for an actual phone call. So that's kind of cool there. On the other side, it looks like it's just a regular chassis. Very well padded. As is the case with all the other WH type devices with the Yealink, that looks like it's the magnetic charger, which I'll show you guys how that works here in a few. It's actually really nice there. Really nice and probably really comfortable. And don't worry, we're going to put this thing on and take a look at it. But before we do that, let's see what else we got inside of this box. All right, this looks like our base here. Comes right out of there. And then we got a bunch of cables down under there, which we'll check out in a minute. So there goes our base. And then it usually connects something like so. And that is essentially how it sits on your desk. And it charges just like that through those contacts that I showed you guys here. And right there. So we'll set this up and see what else we've got inside our box here. So also inside our box, it looks like you've got the power adapter that actually goes with this, and I'll show you guys the interfaces on this in a few and show you exactly where that goes. You've also got what looks like a USB-A to USB mini adapter here. That, if I recall, can be used to charge like a cell phone and other devices, and I'll show you what I mean when we get into the interface portion of this, because I've actually reviewed the other WH devices. And then this looks like it's also a mini, might be the same, yeah. This looks like it's actually a USB-A to USB mini port as well, but it looks like it's just shorter than the other one, just as the user manual had specified. Okay, so hopping into the actual buttons and functions on this thing, it looks like you've got a light here that shows if you've got a call muted, which you can do through the actual headset itself. It looks like you've also got a light here that specifies if the headset is connected or not. So that's actually kind of cool there. This, I would assume, is a button that actually allows you to switch back and forth between a desk phone and switch back and forth between a PC. Again, I'm actually going to use this for probably a week or so, and then I may come back and do a full in-depth review for you guys. Everything from what it was like using it, how easy it was to switch back and forth between different interfaces, like a video meeting on a PC, or like a phone call on an actual phone, or even switching it to like Bluetooth or something on my, switching it to Bluetooth on my, say, like my cell phone to be able to use it with our Voice over IP mobile app. I may come back and let you guys know. This, I would assume, is a button that allows you to connect to Teams. This is a Microsoft Teams certified device. So for those of you out there that are watching that, you may use Teams quite a bit in your office, this may be the device for you. I'm not actually sure what this little speaker here is. My guess is that it is potentially a audible ringer or something like that will, when you get a phone call, maybe it will ring through here. What I'm hoping it is, and we're going to find out when I use it, is that it's maybe a speakerphone is what I hope this is. Because if so, that'd actually be kind of cool if I could just pop the headset on the hook and then just turn around and press something to allow the use of the speakerphone with this. As you may or may not have saw, this actually has a stationary like metal or aluminum plate that sits here, and it basically it doesn't really move. That it is to kind of keep the headset from swaying back and forth. It kind of keeps it braced, and it also ensures that the headset stays on its charging contact up here, on the magnetic charging contact. Okay, so moving into interfaces, this is actually very, very different than the WH66 and the WH67 devices that I've reviewed in previous videos. For example, number one, there is no port, from what I understand, anywhere on the sides of this like there is with the WH66 and 67 to connect a wireless charger for wireless charging for a cell phone that usually sits off to this side with the other models. Now that may be because this is not designed for use with a cell phone. If it has Bluetooth, I guess in theory it could be, but I think this is more so designed for use with an actual desk phone and to connect to your laptop for virtual meetings and things like that, and for Teams usage. As you saw when I was going through the quick user guide or the quick setup guide, there was a thing in there that referenced a Busy Light optional accessory. I don't actually know how you set that up, and I do not have that in the box, but that looks like that is the port for the Busy Light optional accessory. Okay, so moving on to the most important interfaces on this, and one thing I wanted to throw out there, this actually has less interface ports on it than any other Yealink WH series device that I have reviewed. It looks like, obviously, this here is your DC AC power to be able to power this thing. That actually, as you guys saw earlier, is right here. And then now I know those other USB-C to micro, those USB-A or USB-A to micro USB things, looks like the micro USB plugs in here. It would go under here, under these notches for cable management. And then one you can hook into a USB capable phone that allows you to connect to a headset. And then the other one you can hook into a, an actual computer so that you can use the headset for things like meeting, like, you know, a virtual meeting or Microsoft Teams or whatever it may be. So now that we know that this is what is called DECT, meaning it has wireless capability and it transmits the wireless voice back and forth between the headset and this, which means it has really good range because DECT has way better range than Bluetooth. But now we know that this headset is probably not Bluetooth capable, but I'll know for sure when I connect this up to in my actual office tonight. I promised you guys I was going to wear the thing so we could kind of see what it looks like in a real world setting so that you could see, you know, what it looks like, the aesthetics, how comfortable it is. It's actually very comfortable. The adjustability was actually really easy when I used it, and it actually gets really big. For those of you who may not have a head as small as mine, it's very comfortable. The padding up here is super comfortable. It feels really good on my head. It doesn't feel like hardened plastic or anything like that on the top of my head like some headsets do. So for anybody who's thinking about wearing this for long periods of time, that's definitely a plus. The ear pads are really comfortable, and they're actually very good at they're not totally cupping my ears, but they're on my ears enough to where if I'm in a virtual meeting or I'm on a phone call, noise outside of my call, like maybe my kids in the next room or something like that, will not be, I won't hear it as easily. This has really decent adjustability. It's smooth. And I like how it doesn't seem like this has very much adjustability. Yeah, this doesn't really bend it bends okay, so I stand corrected. Technically, they always say that this should be an inch away from your mouth when you're talking, so it does have a little bit of bend in it. But if any of you decide to get this, just be careful because it seems like if you go too far, you could potentially break it or crack it or end up in a little bit of trouble. So that pretty much concludes the unboxing and first impressions for the Yealink WH62 Dual Teams DECT wireless headset. I like it. If it's what I think it is, I'm going to be using this in the office for the next week or two and potentially indefinitely because I've been looking for a newer headset to use to replace the one that I've been using for about the last 8 to 10 months just to try something fresh. As far as pros and cons, while trying to be fair to this device in the fact that I haven't actually really used it in a real world setting. Let's start with the pros. I really like the design. It's the classic signature Yealink headset design that all of the WH series headsets use. It's extremely comfortable. The other pro that I like is that it uses the signature Yealink headset in all of the WH series, which is just a wonderful build. While the sound quality in these, when I've compared them to some of the other higher end headsets that you guys have seen me review on the channel, is not quite as good by way of noise cancellation as some of the other headsets out there, I will say that the Yealink WH series headsets definitely kind of rule the pack when it comes to the actual comfort level and things like that. It's how small it is an absolute pro. I am super excited about putting this on my desk because the current headset that I have on my desk now, while it's a great headset, it's just taking up quite a bit more space than what I would like it to take up. So I'm curious to see how this minimizes the space on my desk. As far as the cons, the only real con that I can think of is that this doesn't have the wireless charging port to wirelessly charge a cell phone. Now, I don't think that this one is actually designed for use with a cell phone. While it may be possible, And we're going to find out after I set this thing up later in my office. It would actually be kind of nice if it still had the charging pad, so that if you had the accessory from another Yealink WH series headset, you could still put your cell phone there and charge it, even if this thing wasn't for use with the cell phone. As a matter of fact, when I was using the WH66, I didn't use it with my cell phone. I mainly used the WH66 to connect to my desk phone and to connect to my laptop. So having the wireless charging pad over here would have been actually kind of nice, just to, I don't know, and eliminate the wire on my desk for charging my cell phone and just have a wireless charging pad that I could just throw my cell phone on. If you're interested in this device, if you're interested in seeing the pricing or the technical specifications, as I mentioned earlier in the video, there'll be a link in the video below for you to take a look at all of that information. Feel free to use those links if you choose to purchase one or more of these, and that will help support us directly at the channel. If you found this video interesting or helpful, go ahead and give it a like. Tell me in the comments below what you guys think about this. What do you think about this device? Do you think it's interesting? Do you think it's cool? Do you not really like the form factor, or do you think it's weird and unusual? Because this is one of the most unusual headset form factors out there that Yealink has patented. I'd love to know what you guys think below. Again, you are watching the #1 channel on all things business phone and internet service related tips, tricks, and advice to help you make the best buying decisions for your business, and possibly also save yourself a little money along the way on hardware and services. As always, this is Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.